Good morning, VIPKid teachers. So, if you are new or old, and I don't mean your age, but with VIPKid, and you're wondering how to extend with maybe a fast talker, because some students will run through and talk really fast and just read the slide. So, with a fast talker or with someone who's just very smart and they just get it like this, um, then I have a couple tips for you. Uh, Today, I just taught a lower level 3. And usually I teach level 5, 6, and now 7. But I taught a level 3 today. And the way that I extended, because she's so smart, um, when I first introduce myself and she introduces herself, I will ask most students specific questions. So something along the lines of, what did you do today? But sometimes you'll get the same response, I did my homework. That's usually what they say, I did my homework, or I ate. Cool. So we want to get more specific. What is one thing you did with your family today? If they say they did their homework, what is one thing you learned in English? One thing you learned in math? Specific questions, and you'll start getting more answers. So it's all about the questions that you ask. And then, for example, I just taught an assessment, a level 3 assessment, and it was talking about places you go to in a city. So it has all of the little places you go to, like the park, the stadium. So every time there's that slide that they're going to the next level, if it's a fast talker, don't take those slides for granted. Stick on those slides and say, "What do you see?" Don't tell them. Let them say, "What do you see?" And then, like, there was a restaurant, and so I circled the food and I said, "What would you order to eat?" And then she told me. And at first, she was actually looking around, and I could tell, I was like, she doesn't like any of this food that's on here. So I drew a slice of pizza. So I gave her choices, 3 choices. Do you want cake? Do you want this? And then I drew a pizza or pizza. And of course, she said pizza. And then we had more time. So I'm like, let's ask her what kind she likes. So I said, before I drew the toppings, what do you like? Meat, this, that, just cheese? And she said fruit. And I said, pineapple? And she said, yes. So I drew the pineapples. So that gave us that. And that came back in the lesson because we were talking about other things. Okay. And then the slide with the apartments on it, she kept saying house. So I said, do you live in a small house or a big house? Tall. I said short or tall. And she said tall. And I was like, okay, these apartments. And then what else? It was the store. So I said, what is your favorite thing to buy in the store? And then she told me. And then what else? It was stadium. So I said, do you, I already knew because I've had this student before that she's never talked about sports before. So I'm like, she's not into sports. So I said, have you ever been to the stadium? No. And instead of just stopping right there, I said, do you like sports? Basketball, soccer? She said, no. I said, what do you like? And then she said, playing at the park. And so I said, oh, okay. What do you like to do? Bike, fish, run, fly a kite? And she said, fly a kite. So later on in the lesson, that came back, and we talked about how she liked to fly a kite. We talked about what was on her kite, which is, she said, I said, is it an animal? And she said, yes. And I said, what animal? And she said, bunny. So that worked. So I just want to encourage you to not go through the slides really fast when it may just be one picture, because you can extend so much with just literally one picture and absolutely no words. It's all in the questions you ask. So I encourage that for obviously fast talkers, not children that are struggling, because then you need to spend more time on the actual slides. But you can extend so much and learn about your students, and you can write that on your teacher to teacher feedback or in your notes, however you choose. You can write those things so that you can remind yourself for the next class, because you can grow on that and grow with your student too in a relationship. Happy teaching, and let me know below if you have any extension. What do you do for extension? Do you wait till the end, or do you do it as you go along? I have been with VIPKid for 2 years, and my name's teacher Kristi, by the way, and I like extending as we go, especially in the beginning if I know they're a fast talker, but extending as we go so it's part of the lesson and it's not just like, oh, I have extra time, let me fill it and let me think, because it never feels good for me to do that. Happy teaching.